ain't enough, man, I need fly. One time they keep your ass alive. One time let's see the inside.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Series 26 Big E Langston. As you can see here, he is in packaging. It is a little dinged up. Every single Elite packaging I'm seeing is dinged up. Why is it dinged up so much? It's a good thing I'm not a mint in box collector. Anyway, here we have the bench and the weights. On the back we have a nice read-up. Big E Langston. One could be forgiven for thinking that the E in Big E Langston stood for enormous. With a background shattering state and national powerlifting records, Big E Langston came to NXT hungry to demonstrate his Herculean strength. Langston did, wiping the floor with one tough opponent after another. It didn't take long before he began making waves in WWE. He debuted on the episode of Raw when he charged toward John Cena, threw him over his shoulder with ease, and slammed him into the canvas. Langston sent a message that he was not just some oversized goon that got lucky. Big E Langston was here to stay. Other figures in the line include Mark Henry, Roman Reigns, The Ultimate Warrior, Road Dogg, and Jack Swagger. Well, that's all we have for packaging. What I'm going to do now is get him opened up, continue his review, and we'll see where we go from there, so stay tuned, folks. And so here we have Big E Langston out of the packaging. Now, before we get on to the figure himself, he did come with a few accessories. First off is this barbell with, 75-pound plates. I don't know if they even make 75-pound plates. I know they make 45s, but they do come off. You just gotta take this little piece off and then just pull this off, and they do come off. And you can take both sides off if you want. If you have another one, you can put them at both ends and just have them lift a ridiculous amount of weight. But it's a really decent accessory. Going into a spare parts bin, and he also does come with this bench. It is breakaway, so let's just bring Kofi for a moment. It does break quite easy. Doesn't take much to break this. It's not like the tables at all, where the tables were all trying to break this. You just have to barely tap it and it breaks. So, like I said, it's a neat accessory. I'm pretty sure it's just a reissue of an accessory. But anyway, here we have Big E Langston, and let's get a good 360 of him. Mine does have a few paint issues, mainly on his singlet. There's some white paint here, which I don't know where they even get white paint on this figure. Maybe his eyes? And then there's some markings on his back as well, some black paint on his lat over here. But it's nothing too major. I mean, as long as the paint issues are okay in the front. Now let's get some detail on Big E really fast. I don't like that head sculpt, first of all. It doesn't much look like Big E, it looks more like David Otunga. I do like this singlet. It's not one of my favorite Big E attires, but, I like it. There really isn't much to say about his attire, honestly. He wears a singlet, he has wrist tape boots, and that's it. But anyway, going on to his articulation, he has a standard Elite articulation. Can look up, down slightly, left and right. Head can bobble left and right. Arms on a ball joint go out. They can do a full 360. They spin at the bicep, bend at the elbow, spin and bend at the wrist. He has an ab crunch, waist swivel, mine is pretty loose. I have a lot of figures with a loose waist, and it's just rolling the dice, seeing what you get. Legs go forward and back. They go out. They spin at the spin at the thigh, excuse me. Double joint in the knee. Spin at the boot. And has a really stiff ankle joint, but it moves. And once again, ankle pivot for both legs, although his is really slight. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, that's Big E Langston for you, and what I'm going to do now is take a little break and move on to my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review, so sit tight, folks. And so here we have Big E posed for my final thoughts, and overall, he's a decent figure. I say decent because I did find a few problems with him. For one, his arms. His arms are way too small. If you compare them to the rest of his body, his arms are just tiny. And, you know, I know Mattel has thicker arms that they could have put on him, and that probably would have looked better on him, but I don't know why they went with the John Cena, Dolph Ziggler arms. Who knows? But the face sculpt is a little meh. Besides that, the arms and the face, it's a really nice figure. I mean, the accessories, they're probably just going to end up in a spare parts bin, unless I can get the Backstage Brawl playset. But if you can find Big E, I highly recommend you pick him up. I picked mine up at Target. It was roughly $17, $19 with tax, and that's about what you're going to be paying for most Elite figures these days. If you can find him, like I said, pick him up. You're really going to enjoy him. I don't know when another Elite Big E is coming out, so this is probably the best chance to get one. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying I'll see you later. Take care, YouTube.